In this video, we're going to be going over how to make the work drawing for the train body. So we're going to go to the plus sign, create drawing. This time we're going to be using C instead of A. So where you can actually find that in all typically is kind of the ones you've been using. But if you go to ANSI, it should pull up all the different options. And then if it doesn't, just click on Show Onshape Drawing Templates. It should be able to load more of them than the ones you currently use. And as you can see, I kind of only use 2. So ANSI, C, inch. And again, if it doesn't show up, click on this right here. Okay, then click OK. All right, so it's opening up. So the reason why we're doing a size C this time is because size A is the size of 1 sheet of printer paper. Size C is the same size as 4 sheets of printer paper as if you were to tape them all together. The reason why we're going to need to use a much larger sheet for this is because all our parts that we've been working on previously are quite small. But this piece is 5.5 inches long, so putting a few of those views on 1 sheet of paper is just not going to fit really well, and also being able to see all the dimensions. So we're using a larger sheet of paper. So we're going to bring in our train body. So this time, instead of putting it right over here, we're going to put it a little bit more in the center. The reason for that is we're going to use the right side and we're going to use the left side. So if your train doesn't look like it does in my front view, what you're going to do is go to the view orientation and just kind of play around until you find the one that matches the same view that I have. All right, so we're going to place in our front view, our top view, our right side, our isometric, and our new one, the left side. Alright, so I hit escape to back out of the tool. So now I'm going to show hide and then show shaded. So I have my isometric shaded in. Next, what I can do is, let's see, where is it? Center mark. Add a center mark to all the holes that are drilled in. And then also to the large arcs that we have. All right. So for here, also, just because I don't want to forget about it, we're going to change our title. So we have train body and our part number, part 1. And I'm going to do this now just because I keep forgetting it in all my videos. I'm going to rename also the drawing tab. Okay, so hopefully you haven't been forgetting to change those. I remember to change them right after the video, but this time I remember during. Alright, so from here we can start adding in some of our dimensions. Okay. So we could use the hole callout. For that, we're going to use it on some of the holes that were drilled into our part. Okay, with this one, I'm going to actually change something on it. So I'm going to scoot that over so you can see it. So in this little spot right here, I'm going to do space TYP in all caps. Alright, the reason for that is there are 3 identical ones on this one view, and instead of having it multiple times, because this is going to get very messy when you start adding in all of the location dimensions, having one size dimension, this right here for all the holes off to the side, will make it a lot easier without having anything overlap. Alright, and then we can go over to here, and for this one I'm going to put it in as a note, so I can type it in, and if it flips to a fraction like that, that's fine. If you're wondering what I'm copying down, it's this portion right here. Okay. So what that stands for is the thread information. And we're going to use the line tool. And actually I'm going to have it go this way. I'm going to move this over. Okay, the reason why I'm doing that is, again, so when you add in the location for both of these holes, you don't have this dimension being too much of an interference. If it is, just kind of move it somewhere else that makes more sense for your particular drawing. All right, and another note to add in. All right, so this right here is a note for rounding all of our edges. That's this little note over here. The reason why we're putting it off to the side is just because we'd have to put in so many locations on our drawing that it would clutter it up. Things wouldn't be visible. It'd be hard to see what's going on. And also you probably noticed that for the center mark, I left it off of all of the rounds and all the fillets. The reason for that is the same. It's just going to get too messy if we add them in, so we're leaving them out. And that's why we have a note off to the side. All right, and just to go quickly over what I mean by size and location dimensions, I'm going to use this dimension right here. All right, so what you're seeing right here is the two that I just added in. Those are the location dimensions for the hole that's drilled in. And this one right here, that one is the size dimension. So you need both. One is going to tell you what size the hole is going to be, so the diameter and the depth, and the other one, these location ones, will tell you where it is placed on your part. So you make sure you have both pieces. You don't want to have just one of them. All right. So for the rest of this, I'm hoping you're going to be able to do it all on your own, because there are quite a few more dimensions, as you can kind of see with this little drawing over here that was in your packet. There's a lot of different components to add in. Hopefully you're able, again, to do them. If you have issues, please let me know and I can help you. But again, make sure you finish adding all your dimensions. One suggestion I do have is with your packet, as you're adding dimensions in, cross them off on the packet. That's actually how I normally do this, because it makes it a lot easier to make sure I didn't accidentally miss anything. All right, good luck.